Hello. Oh my god. Hello everybody on YouTube. Oh my god. I'm feeling very camera shy right now, but I'm very excited to be here. I hope you guys are excited to be here. When I watch YouTube videos, when I'd go on YouTube, I just feel like something is missing. So this is Hannah that's just rewatched that clip and realised I am not explaining what I want to do. Long story short, when I go on YouTube, I like to watch people when I eat my dinner. But sometimes there is just nobody I want to watch. I either watch lifestyle or I watch like runners and stuff. But the runners are so into running and so into health, it makes me feel guilty because I'm like, oh crap, I'm not doing enough. And then sometimes on the lifestyle side, when you're like, oh, I've just gone to the gym, I wish I could see bits of that included. So here I am combining them together, filling the gap on YouTube for girls and guys that kind of just want to watch someone that does a bit of both. This is Hannah in editing. This is editing hand right now. And I'm just talking about how there is nobody that resonates with me. There's nobody I want to watch, so I'm mixing the two worlds together. I'm not going to watch myself on YouTube, so I'm not solving my own problem here. So you're welcome for me being so selfless to solve yours. Bye. So if you eat your dinner and you're like, oh my god, I don't know who to watch, but these are my interests, turn me on. No, but put me on your TV screen. But yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I'm going to skip ahead now, back to where I was. Take it away, Han. I hope that summarised what it'll be. So, introduction over. It's peak week. It is peak week for New York Marathon training. I tried to go out for my 30-kilometre run today and it was pouring down with rain. I quit at 5 kilometres. So it was a massive success. I have just been splashed by 2 lorries. Why didn't I check the weather? I'm so stupid. But I'm going to be going again tomorrow. I'm going to insert some clips here to show you how it went, and then I'm going to talk about it afterwards to you, Hannah, in the future. Good morning, everybody. It is 7 AM. Let's get ready for the 30k long run. Yay! Oh god, I'm actually so tired. Okay, so I've made my breakfast, which is, it might not look that good. It's basically scrambled pancakes. I don't like eating first thing in the morning before a run, but I have to force myself, so I make myself pancakes. But I also can't be bothered waiting for each individual pancake to cook, so I just scramble it in a pan. And it's nice. And then I've put sugar, lemon and some strawberries on top. And I put some protein powder in it as well, so it'll keep me full. Okay, so I think the vibe for this run is going to be just getting through it. Like, I have no idea how it's going to go. I actually have never done a 30-kilometre training run before. When I ran the London Marathon, when was that now? Was it in 2020? Was it 2023? Yeah, in April 2023. My longest training run was 15 miles, which I think is like 25 kilometres. So we've got it's going to be a long run today, and I just don't know what to expect. Like, I have no idea how I'm going to feel. But I just want to get out there, get it done, and then hopefully I can relax knowing I will finish New York Marathon in one piece, but I am nervous, I can't lie. The fact I've also got to run for 4 hours today, it's going to be over 4 hours, I think. Oh. I'm just yapping now. I just procrastinate my run so much. I will report to you on the run, where hopefully it's going well. I am ready to go. I've got my Lucozade, I've got my water, I have got some Haribos in a little bag, I've got a Squares bar, like a Rice Krispie treat, I've got gels, I've got lip balm, I've got more anti-chafe stick in case I need it.
And a golf ball, if you have time for golf, and a plastic steak, and a rubber ducky, and a yo-yo.
Wish me luck. I'm about to go and do it. I don't want to go. I am 10 kilometers into my run. I am a third of the way. I've only got 2 more 10Ks to go. Can you believe though, like, I've only done a 30-kilometer distance once in my life, and that was when I ran London Marathon. 5k until I've done a half marathon. Woo! Oh my god. I'm smashing it.
A few minutes later.
So hard, everything's uphill. I've got 5k to go. My AirPods are dead. I'm having a gel and it's tropical. Could life get any worse? You can obviously see me sat down. I have reached 29 kilometers and I've decided that's enough for me. I just don't want to injure myself and push it now and regret it on marathon days. Hello. So I've done my longest run for New York Marathon, and I thought I would kind of talk about how it goes now and then answer some of your questions that you'd asked me on Instagram about New York Marathon. And if you're thinking your background looks too posh to be your house, the answer is you're correct, but you'll find out where I am in the next vlog. So my 29k went not as I'd hoped, but it's also not disastrous. So my first 10 kilometers, I smashed it out the park. Like, I was so quick. I think I got a PB, a runner PB on my 10k. I think it was 71 minutes. My actual real PB I think is 62 minutes or something like that. But yeah, my first 10k was 71 minutes, which was very speedy for me, and basically that was the start of the end, because in my head I thought, oh well, maybe if I go just how I feel at the beginning, maybe then maybe instead of forcing myself to slow down, if I just go how I feel, maybe that might help me for the 30k, because I'll be lighter on my feet, I won't have to do as many steps, and then maybe my legs won't hurt as much. Wrong, they hurt more. And when I googled it, that's because when you're doing, you think I'd know this by now, but when you're doing long distance, you want to conserve as much energy as you can for when the miles get harder. So even though by running slower you are on your feet more, you are still conserving energy. So that was the first mistake I made, and it, to be fair, I'd say it was the only mistake I made. No, it wasn't. I also forgot some of my gels, so I had to run home and get some. That was the second mistake, and that was the only other mistake. Oh, I also didn't have enough water, but that also wasn't my fault because I didn't have enough flask storage, so whatever. They'll give out water on the marathon. But because I'd gone quite speedy on my first 10k, I, in my head, mentally felt great, because I was like, wow, I'm gonna smash this. And then it was kilometre 18 that my legs started to feel the pain, and that was because not only had I ran 10k speedy, straight after, I think it was after 12 kilometres, I then had a 100-metre incline, which then destroyed my legs. So obviously my legs hurt, and then after getting to the top of the hill, I was done. Except I wasn't done, because I then had another 12 kilometres to go, and that was not fun. I was not in the best way doing that, and I probably shouldn't have done that way. So that's why I had to give up at 29 kilometres, was because I started to feel my knees buckling, and my knees did not like the distance I've gone. They were very sensitive, and I thought it's best to call it quits now than call it quits in a kilometre's time and complete the run but my knees be damaged, because I want to keep my knees as solid as I can for New York. So I felt like a flop in here, but today I'm feeling very smart, because I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm glad I didn't push myself, because even though people say every kilometre counts, every kilometre you don't do that pushes you towards injury also counts. I don't know if that makes sense, but whatever. So yeah, I'm now gonna move on to your New York City Marathon questions, because I received a lot and some of the questions were really good, and I'm really excited to answer them. It's question time from you guys, my besties. Okay, so Edo Not Know asked, what corral? I am in wave 5, pink, E. I'm gonna do my makeup whilst I do this. I'm gonna scroll here whilst I do my makeup. Lucy in the Sky _ in squares asked, are you getting any niggles or pains in your legs? If so, how are you treating? Honestly, if you ever find out, let me know. I always have niggles in my legs, always seem to be there, either in my hip or in my knee. The best way I found is either stretching, dry needling helped, increasing mileage extremely slowly. That was the one way I went from like injury, post-injury, and like sensitive, where it could go back into an injury, but it didn't, because I increased my mileage slowly. I actually did start stretching more, and also not pushing pace, keeping it slow, and stopping whenever I have a pain threshold of 1 to 10, and if my pain threshold gets anywhere above a 3, I stop. But I won't be stopping on marathon day, even if my pain is a 10. Marie asked, are you wearing your running vest, debating whether or not to wear mine or just a belt? Now, each marathon's different, but New York actually does allow vests. It just doesn't allow like the proper hydration ones. So yes, I will be wearing a vest, because I will be taking all my snacks that I like to use on my runs in the UK across the pond to New York City. So I will be taking them, and also because I've trained so much with my vest, I just couldn't imagine running without it. Oh, Cara asked, is this my first time visiting New York City? It is, and I'm so excited. So if you have any recommendations of where to eat, Joe's Pizza is on the list, Levain's is on the list, Crumble has to be on the list, so does Raising Cane's. But if you have any recommendations, please let me know, because I would love recommendations. What trainers are you wearing for the marathon? Asics! I'm wearing the Asics. I'll insert what one here because I can't remember now. But I wore Asics for London. I'm wearing a different pair of Asics for New York, but again, it's Asics. They are the best in my opinion for wider feet. They are squishy and spongy and lovely. They're great. Amandi asked time goal. I don't have a time goal. The goal is to finish. Oh, I also did want to say, I think so my goal for London Marathon was like, I'm pretty sure it was like 5 hours. I wanted it to be like 5 hours something, and it was 6 hours 9 minutes. And the reason why I'm saying my goal is to just finish isn't just because I just want to finish. I want to prove to myself that I can finish a marathon uninjured. So if I can finish uninjured, that's a win in my eyes, because that way I can keep running and then my time will improve because I can keep running. It's very scary getting up to this distance, so if I can finish it and be able to walk properly at the end of it and not cry my way through it like I did with London, that's a win, a super good win. Are you still doing Florence Marathon? I would love to say yes, but is it silly to run? Like, I can bet I've just ran 29 kilometers and I was in pain. If I was an avid marathon runner, I would say probably. Right now I'm erring on the side of no, because I feel like it's silly to do that to myself. FRX NZE Lopez asked, do I recommend doing a full marathon? I do, and I think it's the ultimate ego boost to tell everyone you ran a marathon. It tells people you are mentally unwell and you enjoy suffering, and that's about my personality. Cat's mother, eat, run, repeat, asked how did I manage to get a place. I actually was very lucky to receive a place from Sports Tours International, which is very interesting because I actually have looked into Sports Tours International before anyway, because right now Boston etc would not be possible for me with my time, and so I have considered Sports Tours International for me to get a guaranteed place, because the time required varies as well. Like if you have a if you have a charity place, or if you get a place, like if you buy a place, the qualifying time doesn't apply. So I've considered it before. So when they reached out to me saying, do you want to run for us, I was like, yes, why wouldn't I? So that's very lucky of me. I run at a similar pace to you. How do you fuel for half and full marathons? And then there was another comment saying, do I fuel for kilometers per kilometer, or do I fuel based on time? And to answer, I fuel based on time, and the reason being is because if I said I'll fuel every 7 kilometers, every 7 kilometers for me is a lot different to every 7 kilometers for someone who's really fast, you know. So I would end up being underfueled. So if I do it by time, say like if I usually go by like every 40 minutes-ish, it kind of keeps me accountable. So like even if my pace isn't consistent, because it's not, that way I know I'm getting like a good amount of fuel at every specific time, so I'm staying fueled. I also, after every kilometre, make a conscious effort to also sip water, so that way I also stay hydrated, because stay hydrated. Hi. Because I forget to do that. How do you stop overthinking on the run and just enjoy it? Music. I think depending on my mood or how I'm overthinking, that'll dictate the music. If I'm feeling a bit down, happy vibes. I'll have to make playlists, but happy vibes, bit of 80s going on, bit of 60s going on. Ain't no mountain high enough vibes. When I'm feeling like angry, we're talking rock music, we're talking anime soundtrack, we're talking Attack on Titan soundtrack. Yeah, That is the vibe. And then if I'm happy, let's just keep the mood happy, you know, whatever you want. The world's your oyster. Do I stretch much? I'm literally like I stretch way more now than I used to, honestly, and it actually helps. Like, to all them people that are like, stretch, it helps. It does, guys, it does, but I'm inconsistent. But I've been stretching more. I stretch now before every long run. So yeah. What's my shoe rotation? There is one shoe. Come on, guys. I'm not quick enough to need 3. So it's just A6 for me. Best place to eat in New York? You tell me. I've not been before. How to keep warm before the start? What runs are you doing the week of? To be honest, I will probably do 1 run. I feel like the last runs before the marathon don't count. They probably do. Everyone's going to tell me they do. I know, guys, I know. I'll probably do like just the runs that it says on my runner plan. Use code trenches for 2 weeks free. I'm so shameless. Don't use it. That was such a bad way to advertise. You shouldn't use it. And then how I'm gonna keep warm at the start, I'm gonna wear my running clothes and I'm gonna wear pajamas over, and I'm not even joking, I'm wearing pajama bottoms, and I'm also gonna buy from Primark a big fluffy dressing gown, and I'm going to wear that to the start, which means I'm also going to be wearing a dressing gown on the Staten Island ferry. I'm going in style. So am I scared? Do I have anxieties for it? And what's my game plan? I am scared, I can't lie. After the 29k run, I am a bit scared. I was a bit like, that didn't go quite how I wanted it to, and especially because that was the last run. But I felt like it taught me a lot, because I feel like if I would have started really slow in that last run, maybe on marathon day, if I felt really good, I would have ran super fast, and then I would have ended up in the situation I ended up on my last run. So it's good that I did it once, and I know it's not good. Game plan is to manage to finish it before sunset. What are they doing, letting slower runners be the last ones to cross the line? We're fighting against the sun, we're running against sundown. That's not fair. But it was also understandable, because otherwise all the fast runners would stampede us if we were let out first, and that would be quite tragic. I feel like that was most of the questions I had that I answered. This video will go up this week, and then we've got an exciting trip next, which we'll see. This is where I am now. And then it's New York. Oh my god, it's coming around so fast. I'm gonna be here hopefully every week, or as consistent as possible, because I've been wanting to do this for a while. I just talk so much, I thought why not. But thank you for bearing with me whilst I'm very camera shy, because it's very nervous for me. It's very nerve-wracking for me to just talk. It feels very unnatural, which is weird, because you'd probably think, well, you run on camera all the time, but it's so short, and it's very much like, I'm at 5 kilometers, I'm at 10 kilometers. So it's not like I'm trying to have a conversation, so it feels very strange and very odd, but I think I'll get used to it over time. So just bear with me whilst I'm in my awkward phase right now. But yeah, I will see you guys next week, or I might not if you don't hit subscribe, because you might not even know if I post. I'm gonna turn my back, and you better subscribe by the time I turn back around. I haven't done it yet. I know you haven't done it. I'm waiting. Have you done it? Are you being truthful? Anyways, also, if you have anything you want me to film that's longer that you might like, that like it's too hard to fit very important stuff in a reel, please let me know, because I'd love to film it for you guys. I'm just here for the vibes, so stay for the vibes. Bye.